Hi, everybody, and welcome to the only portfolio you need. So, I am continuing my quest for showing you how I am building my portfolio and showing you some tools that will help you to create financial freedom on the long term. And today, I'm just going to show you my process on how I am looking at stocks and how I actually choose my stocks for my portfolio. And it is quite easy, and it's easy to replicate. And there's nothing new to it. There's nothing revolutionary to this, but I think it's a good way to look at it and to try and see how the companies are really doing. So today I'm just going to show you the process and if it's worth to buy a stock. So there are four metrics that I am using. The one thing that I'm gonna go a bit more closer into these four metrics. So the first one is leadership. The second one is the metrics, and then there's something that I call beyond, and then I have like a ranking at the end, so I can better rank it against each other. So the first one, which is leadership, I look at all the highest leaders in the company, and I look at their past performance. I could look at education. I would look at leadership style, and then I would look at if they are invested in the company. So if they are invested in the company, that means they have skin in the game, which I think is very important, because without skin in the game, they could just bail any minute, and they could make decisions that are not in the company's interest. So that's a very important metric, in my opinion. When it comes to the education leadership style, it's not that important, but it's something I just look at just to get an idea on how it's going. Just like we have all these problems with people. For example, Netflix came out today and just said if people were not interested in the company, they could just go, they could just leave. Then we have had all this with Coinbase, where people, they discussed, I think it was politics, and Armstrong, the leader from the CEO from Coinbase, he said, "Listen, no more politics. We are here to work, and we are not here to discuss a lot of things." And I think that shows a big leadership, and I personally think that's a very good idea, because people should be going to work to work and not to do a lot of other things. But that's just my opinion, and that I think you can see that in companies that are doing very well. The past performance is like, just take a look at Elon Musk. So everything he's been working on has been going well, but you can also have a lot of people that have been doing things that are not going well, and that's an entrepreneurial spirit, is that you will make a lot of misses, but just look at it. What have they done in the history, and have they done things that are really not good? Then probably you need to think twice before investing. All right, so that's leadership. It's not the biggest and most important thing, but it's there, and it has some kind of relevance, I think. So some metrics, that's more of the machinery of the company. I would look at these metrics. So we have the price to earnings ratio, which is the PE. It's not the most important, but it just gives you an overview on where the price is compared to the other companies in the peers. We have the price to earnings growth, which I think is a bit more important. And the price to book ratio, the EBITDA I look at. And one of the things that I really think is important, especially for these upcoming companies that are really innovating, is the free cash flow. Do they have the money? Then we have the price to sales, the debt to equity, and revenue growth. So these are just some metrics that I often look at. I could be taking more metrics in my analysis, but at least these are the things that I would be looking at as a starter. So that's very important part of my analysis. Then I have something on that I call beyond, and that's, I like to invest in the leaders of companies that are leading. For example, I invest in Tesla very early. It's been a good investment. I invested in 3D way before it was something big as well, and Amazon as well. So just looking at the moats will get you a long way. Then I would do a SWOT analysis. I would just make a quick one. It's always fun to do these analyses with strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So it just gives you a picture of where is the company, and how is the outlook, which also is a part of why I do this future outlook and try to look at what do they have in the pipeline. Are they trying to do something else? Are they trying to innovate? Or are they just a cash cow, just doing the same thing again and again and again? So that's also important to look at. It's not changing on thoughts on how to if I'm going to buy or not, but it's just important to know that is this just a cleaning company that are cleaning and that's what they do and they have generating a good profit, then you know that. But are we kind of trying to innovate and do more, then you know that as well. There can also be some risk involved in that. So it's important. You can also do the Porter's 5 forces instead of the SWOT, which is like the competition in the industry and potential of new entrants into the industry. And that's very important, I think. So we have the power of suppliers, the power of customers, and the threat of substitute products. So that's also something you could look at if you really want to dig deeper into the company. So these are like so these are the 3 metrics that I look at, and then the last one is like how it's ranking. And why do I do this ranking? It's a good way to make a decision. So if you have 3 companies in one industry that you're really keen on investing in, how do you choose that? So, and that's why I do this compendium or system where I try and give them some kind of stars for each and every segment that I am analyzing. And then in the end, I have like an overlook on which company, according to my thinking, has the best ability to go forward. So that's why I'm ranking my process. And when I have that ranking, it just gives me a really confidence in choosing the right company. So this is just my process in analyzing stocks. And in the future, I will try and give some examples with different companies that I am looking at right now. So you can be with me on the journey on how I'm thinking, because I think a lot of stocks are starting to get investable right now. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.